think my problem is I'm just getting too old. I think that's what it is. Hey, buddy, welcome to Cat Cinema Files, and today I'm going to be reviewing Backrooms. Right off the bat, I'm giving this movie a 2 out of 10. And the reason why I'm giving it so high, the only reason why I'm giving it a 2 is because visually it was stimulating with the colors and the use of space, the use of emptiness, because our main character felt lonely, or actually he felt alone, not lonely, right? And there's a lot of space that he was in, and the good use of that, and it made the audience feel alone and lonely, right? So kudos, good job visually on that aspect of it. But there's no story. The story didn't go anywhere. I mean, obviously there is a story, right? Guy finds a room, try to figure out what it is, and on his own self journey discovery, right? So there's a story, but that self journey discovery didn't go anywhere. It's almost like it's leading you, dangling a carrot in front of you, leading you to water, and then the carrot disappears and you're there in the movie. That's what I got out of this. If you've seen Jordan Peele's Us, take that storyline and give it to a white teenager and be like, here, redo this movie. That's what it felt like. It's, our hero went into a different dimension, if you will, but it's basically a mimic or a copy of the real world. It's a skew, right? And when I say dangling like a carrot in front of you, they give you this like these characters are 3-dimensional. They have backstory. The guy is seeking therapy because he's getting divorced and got kicked out of his house. And so he's living in the furniture store that he runs. And then you have the actual therapist that he sees. But we only get to see the therapist's backstory. We don't get to see his. So everything that we know about him, it's what he told us. So we have to take his word for it. But as far as his therapist, we actually visually see her backstory and what she's going through. So it's like, okay, cool. Here's the story. Here's the characters. Now they're being pushed into the outer limits, the Twilight Zone. They're being pushed into a different dimension. And then it's like, okay, cool, a road to self-discovery, right? So you have him who's stuck in the room, and he realizes how to adapt into the room. Basically, he's treating the room like his subconscious. And then you have the therapist that's looking for him, that didn't believe him, and then all of a sudden discovers the room, and now she's in there trying to find him, and she finds him, and he's like, yo, like, this is really helping me, like, this could help you too, whatever issues you're going through. And then chaos happens, and then in a movie, and they're stuck in the room. It's almost like there's no character arc. There's no coming to Jesus moment. There's no discovery. You're on this journey, or they give you a lot of backstory that goes nowhere. I don't understand the point of this movie then. And I think it's because I never played the video game, so I have no idea what the video game's about. I'm going into this with a fresh set of eyes. Like, I just wanted to see a movie with a good story, and this movie had the lack of story. Is that what's going on with suspense thrillers nowadays? There's no psychological thrillers anymore. It's just, this is a cool angle, let's do this. Like, you sacrifice story for a visual cool effect, but it doesn't push the story along. People are like, this is a good movie, it's a good movie. Is it a good movie because that color is cool? Is it a good movie because, oh, this chair is upside down, that's cool? Like, is that why this whole entire movie is cool? Because, you see a chair half melted into the ground? Like, maybe I'm just old school. Like maybe I'm just old school storytelling where there's an actual point. I was walking out of the theater and listening to people who were far younger than I. And I was listening to them talk about it, and they were like left empty. They were like, yeah, they showed this at the beginning of the movie thinking it's going to come back, and it just never did. And then another person was like, yeah, then why did they even show us this if they're not going to like bring it back? There was no point to that. And I'm like, ear hustling, like, yeah. They were giving us so many good, they're giving us a menu of this amazing food. And then when the plate comes in, it's bread and butter. And that's it. Plain white bread too. So many missed opportunities of actually like having a really good overall story, on top of the visuals. And I'm also comparing this to Obsession. It's like, so you guys are just here for the visuals. You're not here for the storytelling. You're not here to get something out of it. You're not here to open your worldview on something, or to change your mind about something, to be moved emotionally or even mentally stimulating. There's like, you guys are not here for that. You guys are just eye candy. This looks cool. Dope. This sounds cool. Dope. There's no payoff to the long takes. There's a lot of scenes that is slow pace, that it takes its time, to get to the point of the scene. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, so there's a point to this. Like, I should pay attention. No payoff. And I'm like, so that was just a slow moving scene just cause? Maybe I'm just old.